Welcome back to the Unappreciated Man podcast, where we give voice to the struggles and triumphs of men who deserve more. Today, we have a very special guest who's here to share his story of being overworked, overstressed, and overlooked.
I've freaking had it with being overworked, overstressed, and completely overlooked around here. I'm running myself ragged trying to make partner at this firm while you sit on your ass doing God knows what all day. Do I ever come home to a sympathetic ear or home-cooked meal? AJ. Microwaved leftovers and more honey-do lists is all I get. Christ almighty, do you even notice the ungodly hours I keep to provide you with this cushy little setup? Oh sure, you notice if I don't mow the lawn or unclog the toilet the minute I walk in the door past midnight from another 16-hour workday. Yeah, sorry I didn't catch that overflowing gutter at 10 p.m. Last night, I must have been too busy making multi-million-dollar deals to notice. And hey, I'm sorry I've been too busy working myself into an early grave to attend your oh-so-critical book club meetings and pottery classes. I'd love to discuss the tortured symbolism of the English patient over artisanal cheeses, but unfortunately, someone has to keep funding this American dream you take for granted. Don't I even warrant some token appreciation anymore, honey? A foot rub after a brutal day in the trenches? Some understanding that the pressure I'm under has me hanging by a thread? Of course not. All you notice is what home improvement task didn't get handled because I was working overtime again to land that huge account instead of steaming your dress for Wednesday night couples pilates or whatever the hell. Oh, what's that I hear? Crickets? Yeah, no surprise there. Heaven forbid you peel your eyes off the Real Housewives long enough to acknowledge the non-stop sacrifices being made around here. No, don't let my sheer exhaustion get in the way of your judgy clique dishing on Botox and booth bangers over bottomless mimosas. I must have imagined all those years I sat and listened to you cry about your dreams and ambitions back when I still had energy. Silly me for thinking you might repay the favor someday when I'm down in the trenches getting shelled daily at work. Shell shot is more like it after the crap I've endured. Sorry, did my 1,000-yard stare interrupt your Instagram scrolling just now? I swear to Christ, it's like you get off watching me struggle, sweetheart. Ooh, look how late hubby had to stay at the office again. Haha, sucker. Serves him right for always being so focused on his career. Yeah, someone has to be since Princess Can't Be Bothered clearly has no ambitions beyond reality TV and what color to paint her nails next. Keep that mimosa glass full, honey. Wouldn't want you to sober up enough to notice your husband's dying inside trying to give you the life you think you deserve. Nope. Just keep spending and judging and making more to-do lists for that slacker, you know, the one working his fingers to the bone. Wouldn't want grunt labor Ken over there getting too big for his britches thinking he warrants the slightest appreciation. No, must be his fault for having priorities beyond mani-pedis and pilates. Well, screw this. How's that for priorities? Maybe I'll come home early today and see just who the real lazy, entitled slackers are. The ones enjoying the fruits of someone else's labor. This worn-out plow horse is taking himself out to pasture starting now. Let's see how long the spotlight stays on you once people realize everything you take for granted actually takes work. We'll see who's really working overtime around here. Hope you got your fill judging me, sweetheart. 'Cause this show's getting canceled? Well, keep ignoring me and running me into the dirt, sweetheart. Keep overlooking the monumental amount of crap this family's sole provider takes on day after grueling day. One day you'll come looking for that obedient pack mule you took for granted, and all you'll find is a burnt-out husk on the side of the road. No more. I refuse to kill myself chasing some executive brass ring while you reap the rewards without so much as a sympathetic glance. If you can't appreciate the non-stop sacrifices I make for this family, I'll find someone who will. I deserve that much after all I've endured in this thankless rat race. Consider this your wake-up call. The mule has left the barn. Oh, what's the matter? Is the gravy train grinding to a halt? Is the well running dry? Yeah, maybe you should have thought twice before crapping all over the only guy around here supplying the water. I've an idiot with your parasitical ass sucking the life force out of me day after miserable freaking day. Do you have any idea the lengths I've gone to give you the lifestyle you so clearly expect as your God-given right? The unending miserable hours I've logged, the dreams I've sacrificed, the utter lack of appreciation I get in return. Well, no amore. I have nothing left to prove to you or any other leech waiting to latch onto the next poor bastard dumb enough work himself into an early grave. I'm taking back my dignity, my hopes, my life, whatever shreds of it still remain in this burned-out husk you've been judging this entire time. Let's see how long your goodwill and sunshine lasts when you look around and realize everything you've been taking for granted needs to be earned. That glass bubble I built for you comes crashing down fast once old Betsy here stops pumping the gas. Good luck finding someone else willing to sacrifice everything to keep you perched on that pedestal, looking down on the working stiffs with disdain. God knows you brought nothing to the table but criticism and neediness. At least I can walk away with pride knowing I brought more than my share to this lopsided mess of a marriage. But please, don't let my suffering get in the way of your busy day, being waited on hand and foot. I'd hate to distract all the hired help swarming this place courtesy of my backbreaking labor. No, you just keep sniping about the useless help, not addressing your every beck and call fast enough. Wouldn't want you taking your eye off the prize, namely, judging other people actually working for a living instead of leeching off them? Well, this mule's kicking the barn doors wide open and bolting into the sunset for greener pastures. Bon appetit, my sweet little parasite. You can guzzle down someone else's lifeblood from now until your black heart's content. This mule's putting himself out to pasture far away from the slaughterhouse. Peace out.
Thanks for listening to another episode of the Unappreciated Man podcast. We'll be back next week with another story of resilience and strength. Remember, men, you are not alone. Your voice matters. Your needs matter. Don't be afraid to speak up and claim your place in the world.